Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. Siege of Stormwind is back, and in this video I'm going to show you a full run through Siege of Stormwind, going through all 3 normal bosses and then all 3 heroic bosses. Heroic comps are new. The normal comps, I'm using a comp that I haven't used before for Allison for XP farming purposes, and then actually my old comp for Magus, and then a little bit modified comp for Bolvar. Anyway, let's take a look. So for General Magus in normal, I went in with Tirion. I really like my Tirion comp. For Allison, I used Ysera. Ysera seems to be one of the best XP farming leaders for this one, although I have seen some promising footage of Merc Eye recently as well. I'll need to look into that a little bit more soon. And then Highlord Bolvar, I used Malfurion, like I did last time. And then for Heroic, for General Magus, I actually used Anub'arak, and Anub'arak is so incredibly good here. It's just wonderful. The fixed Anub'arak, beetles will not stop spawning. It's wonderful. For Allison, I used Cairne. Cairne has some really sweet things going on for Allison, and then for Bolvar, I used Arthas this time. So let's take a look at all of these 6 fights, and there are timestamps in the video so that you can skip to the fight that you want, and deck codes of course in the description. So let's take a look at Heroic and normal Siege of Stormwind in action. So starting with normal Siege of Stormwind, General Magus, I'm using the Tirion comp that I have used before. I just really enjoy this Tirion comp, and I don't think I have a lot of uses for Tirion elsewhere, so what is there not to like? It's just a wonderful fun comp to use for this one. So here we go, sending the footmen out to meet the incoming enemies, and here we go, just blasting away. So we open up by making our way towards the tower. Footmen are just such a wonderful tank for this one. There's huntresses, there's tons of physical damage, and footmen can just protect your entire backline against that. It's beautiful. Here we go. My partner has some chimeras, has some blizzards, otherwise also a Tirion army. So everything looks pretty good here. Obviously I have also soloed this normal with this Tirion arm, so that would still also be doable. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't. I don't think anything has changed so much here. But anyway, going in, taking some towers. And as we take the top towers will be captured back by the boss at phase changes, and then the central tower is going to remain, and then another push always from the central tower whenever the top towers are captured. And that's how we roll. Here we go, starting to deal some damage on the boss. Pow, 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 pow. And then starting to set up a new push here, because I think, yes, there's the phase change, and here we go. Just in time on that side, preventing the tower from coming back up, and on the other side, also successfully preventing the tower from coming back up. No towers, just footmen, pyromancers, witch doctors, wellpegs. Everything looks wonderful here. Send another Tirion to support. I think I'm just trying not to send too much, so that then, because there's going to be all the damage at phase change. Although some people, or some minis in the corners can potentially survive that. But here we go. Another phase change. Sending out them troops. Footmen doing a wonderful job tanking the damage. And just look at that, that's so beautiful. Towers getting back under control. It's also pretty fast because my partner also has a relatively strong team, so things just look beautiful. This general will not stand a chance. Pow, 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 pew, pew, as they say, and yeah. Okay, so that's an easy one. In normal anyway. Although I have a really sweet one for Anub'arak for Heroic, but... Alright, so that was Magus, the first boss. The second boss is the one that you want to use for XP farming, though. Alright, here we go. Allison, the XP farming boss, doing it with Ysera here. So Ysera with Unbounds with the Dream Minis, very, very effective. First, what I want to have eggs, and I want to have a tank. And then those whelps are just going to shoot at Allison. At this point, that's pretty much what I need. And then later on I want to use the cheat death on the next phase change. Although here I used one cheat death here because I noticed that can get me right through that phase change. Then the Firehammer is going to go away, the barrel is going to go away, and then I'm in position to get another set. Again, whelps, tank, then the Ysera whelps, and now I'm ready for a cheat death for that second phase change, and then after that Allison is just going to die. So here, cheat death, boom, and yeah, that's how it goes. And then the final normal boss, that's Highlord Bolvar, doing it with Malfurion. I have tweaked the combo a little bit. I added Defias Bandits, so that I can get a little bit more gold, because I really like opening those chests with bandits, and that's going to be wonderful. Also, I do like Mountaineer a lot in this one. Actually, don't like the Huntress as much anymore after it was nerfed, but it has its upsides. Especially when retaking the towers. You have a couple of alternatives how you do that. You could run like some kind of a spell so that the tower doesn't get back up, or then you can time your minis appropriately. Meat Wagon is one good option for that, although I haven't really used it that much. I haven't found it that necessary, and it doesn't have a lot of other upsides in the fight. And then Huntress can also come in when you time it right. So when there's a phase change, you want to wait a few seconds, and then you want to send the Huntress, so the Huntress doesn't die to consecration, but it will be able to shoot at the tower before the tower comes back up. So you need to wait around 6 seconds or so. But it depends also a little bit on when the chests are up, because if there's a chest up and the Huntress is going to take down the chest, then that's going to delay the Huntress a little bit. So here I actually should have sent the Defias Bandits to pick up the chest, because chest makes it more difficult for me to time my Huntress. Otherwise it's easier. But now the Huntress is going to stop. Okay, that Huntress was sent a little bit early. It might be just barely fine. Yeah, it was barely fine because of the chest. So no chest, you need to wait at around 6, even 7 seconds. With chest, a little bit less. And then that way you can just prevent the tower from ever going back up, and then just recapture it really quickly. So here we have a fairly successful attack going on. Sylvanas also has successful attacks, and all those Wuzong Raiders are a nice touch. And the Regen Troll. Regen Troll just shooting. Troll with Fury, so it's beautiful. It's just beautiful. Sylvanas talent that gives her Horde and Undead troops fury. I do like that a lot. Anyway, another phase change is coming in, so phase change comes in now, so 2, 3. I lost count a little bit there. But I think my Huntress was at the right time. No, it was a little early. It was a little early. Yeah, so yeah. Need to wait a little bit with the Huntress, because the Huntress is so incredibly fast. It will get to that consecration zone really quickly. And you don't want it to be there, because you don't want it to die. But anyway, here we go again. Just sending those bandits for the chest, and well, Huntress can do some nice things against Harpies too. Oh, here we go, here we go. Mining, attacking from the side. Big army. Malfurion even had the opportunity to germinate. That doesn't happen too much, but sometimes. Alright, alright. Here we go. The Troll having a bit of a hard time against all of those armored minis, though. I have to admit that there are some issues with the Troll, even though it can be sweet. So much armored in this fight. Alright. Assault is in, but Mountaineers doing beautiful work. Look at those bears. Just look at the size of that bear. And boom. Normal Bolvar down. And then we move on to the interesting part, the heroics. So this time Heroic General Magus, and I'm playing Anub'arak. Anub'arak has been fixed, the beetles will not stop spawning, and it's so ridiculously strong in this one. So I'm trying to position the Anub'arak as far away as possible, so that we'll have time to come in, and then we get some unbounds in, and we get some fast minis in, and Plague Farmer with splashing pumpkins, just punishing, devastating, absolutely obliterating all of those armored arbalists and stuff. So it's gonna be beautiful. Now Anub'arak taking some hits from Griffin Rider, but it burrows, and then I'm trying to get some explosive power out there. This time my Anub actually took a beating because there was also Jaina coming, so lost the Anub. But it's gonna be fine. We will make it, no worries, no worries. Just need to save a little bit for a new Anub'arak, positioning it in the back. Although now that the additional beetles will spawn at Anub'arak, it also cannot quite be too far back, because then it takes the beetles such a long time to get into action. But here the exhumed skeletons, 5 skeletons when played near a tower. Of course, Magus will destroy the towers eventually, so then you won't be able to do that anymore. But here we go. This Arthas team is going in, and Anub'arak and friends are also going in. So phase change, Anub'arak is in a wonderful spot now. Won't get killed by this phase change. The early phase change does not kill the central tower yet. And then I can just look at this. Just dropping this stuff all over the place and preventing the towers from coming back up. You have so much control, because you have so many unbounds, you can do so many things. And yeah, just get some more beetles out there. Total control of the battlefield. I don't even have time to drop some preventive well pegs out there. I'm just going to stand there and wait for a little bit. Could have dropped them maybe in some other places than that one, because that one actually gets killed. But it's okay. Now Anub'arak. Boom. Skeletons, beetles, towers not coming back up. It's going to be ours. Getting whelpex everywhere, skeletons everywhere, beetles, Plague Farmer with range. Some fast battlings. I'm trying to play the skeletons near a tower when I can, because they have the exhume talent, so there's more skeletons when played near a tower. And my goodness, this is such a bloodbath. We have those Plague Farmers going in. Anub still alive too, dropping some whale pegs. Plague Farmers, oh my goodness. Alright, there's going to be one more phase change, so we still have to start from scratch one more time. That should be approaching soon. Now I'm a little bit saving gold here, thinking, okay, do I actually need to spend? And I think maybe I can send Anub. Anub is pretty slow, so perhaps I can just send it here. Wait for the phase change. Phase change happens, skeletons. Drop some wellbacks around. Send some. No, right now we're just playing all that gold. The assault goes in so quickly, and the control you have over the tower. I've seen people use something like wellbacks or skeleton bodies or stuff like that to try to maintain some control of the tower at phase changes, but with Anub'arak it's just so easy. You can just drop your skeletons out there and boom. Anub just casually cruising through. But now Anub got a little bit too far to the front, I think. I'm going to need a little bit of support for it. No, Anub'arak died. Tough. But I have so much stuff here that I think it will be fine. And it is, and boom. Then I have a really fun one for Heroic Allison, because Cairne. Cairne gives that extra health to Horde minis. And those Horde minis here are Guard Duty Grunts. So, Guard Duty Grunts are just going to be able to tank so much more. And you often have an opportunity also to get them to attack immediate. So one Guard Duty Grunt, or one Grunt overall in a Cairne army, is enough to tank a barrel. And that's just wonderful. Okay. Or the pair of them can even tank the barrel that's going for your base. I usually don't tank those base raid barrels. They have 4000 health. Because it's so cost effective, but with Guard Duty Grunts in a Cairne army, it's possible. Actually, I think full health, even without Cairne, at +2 levels, they can do it. Now, some stuff coming up. Well, I have the Living Bomb, and boom, there goes the bomb. And what happens with the Living Bomb? I run it now with the Blast Radius talent. Because if those minis die to the burn, then they will explode. So I get rid of the small minis because there's tons of small targets for it in this one. I get rid of them real quick still, even after the Living Bomb nerf. But the Living Bomb nerf is the reason I don't run Chain Reaction right now. But that I run Blast Radius instead. And look at my Guard Duty Grunts. Pow. Actually, there I did lose them both. I do wonder. One of them should be able to tank a barrel. I guess it hit them both at the exact same time. Maybe I need to look at the positioning a little bit better. Either way. Grunts. Good job. Okay, some Alliance leaders still alive, including that dreadful Malfurion. Doesn't even die to a living, and it Siege protects the Harvest Golem, but it finally died, so it's gonna be fine, Alright, well now things are a little bit hectic. We are losing some towers, and life could be better. But I'm not feeling hopeless by any means. I think it's still gonna be fine. Alright. Tirion helping out my troops a little bit. Okay, here we go. We're able to take the tower on that side, good. And there's a Grunt and a Huntress, and they should be able to tank the barrel. They failed to tank the barrel, the Grunt had taken too much damage. Alright, I admit things are looking a little bit dire right now. But I'm still feeling hopeful here. Also, my partner, the last mini they played was the Tirion that walked all the way across the map and then died. So I can see some minor issues with my partner possibly being disconnected here. But hey, we have guarded grunts. We have Cairne, we have the Plague Farmer. Plague Farmer has splashing pumpkins. Everything is going to, just look at, everything's going to die. The splash radius is so big. It's okay. It's all still fine. Everything's still perfectly fine. just don't worry about a thing. It is a little bit scary doing this alone, but let's go. We have managed to already take back one tower. We're taking back both towers. We're going to lose that tower again, though. Sadly, we are going to lose that tower again. But I mean, I managed to crawl up all by myself here. So that's just a testament to the strength of the army. And I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling good. Now I'm feeling a little bit less good because it looks like I might be... Okay, the fight continues. That was a little scary. Alright, alright. Hey, would you look at that? It's a swole troll, and that's... My partner is back. My partner has returned. Alright, it's gonna be easy from here. Look at the guard duty grunts. Now positioning was better. Did you see that? One grunt tanked the barrel. The other is unscathed and ready to fight. Alright. That phase change came at a little bit inopportune time. I don't think we'll be... No, we can't get the building up, so we can't tank the barrel. Means more fire elementals and a Son of Flame. But hey, I'm not scared of no Son of Flame. Because this army is Cairne army. And Cairne means business. Maybe more fire elementals and more Sons of Flame, but it's gonna be fine, it's gonna be fine. Let's assist the other side a little bit with some guard duty grunts. Beautiful armored grunts fighting on the left side where most of the damage is physical. On the right side there's of course a bunch of elemental damage, so armor doesn't help you there, but on the left side that's gonna be sweet. And here we go, here we go. Barrels are coming. Do we have time? Do we have time to tank the barrels? I think we have time. Yep, the grunts tank the barrels on that side. Can tank the barrels on the other side, but it's gonna be fine. Look at the army there, and pow, 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 pow. The beauty of the blast radius, because the kill procs the living bomb, even though the delay is longer. Blast radius on small targets means that they start exploding, and as they explode and other stuff dies, then more explosions are going to start happening, and that's going to be it. And it looks like we have turned this game around from what seemed to be a hopeless position into an actual position of strength. Look at that. Allison goes down. The power of Cairne. And one more time with the feel, Heroic Highlord Bolvar with Arthas teaming up with Sylvanas. How's that for a duo anyway? Cairne. Well, we'll see. Alright, anyway. Here we go. Arthas going in. Sadly, I was a little bit too late to get full gold from the chest, because now we're going to get the chest, but we're going to get the regular gold because all the Defiance bandits who had hit the chest so long ago already didn't count anymore. But be that as it may, Sylvanas pushing the left side, Abomination, Troll, Meat Wagon, very similar to what I saw in normal, I think. And I'm using Arthas to push the other side, and also now the middle. And here we go. The power of Arthas just cannot be denied. That frost aura slowing everything down. It's just beautiful. Support the Abomination a little bit there. Get a Priest's out there. And every time there's a chest I try to drop in some Defiance bandits. I do like Defiance bandits a lot in this map. The only time when I don't use Defiance bandits here is if I'm playing with Sneed, because then every siege mini is a Defiance bandits. Like every siege mini I have is just going to get the extra gold anyway. But here, alright, we get a phase change. I'm going to ensure that neither of the side towers is rebuilt. Plague Farmer gets... Look at that Plague Farmer. That Plague Farmer damage is so incredible. And that beautiful heal from the Priestess, ensuring that Plague Farmer survived the Holy Nova. Now we have 2 Plague Farmers. The damage, it's just rolling in. It's pouring in. Alright, left side seems to be in a bit of trouble now. Those Vorgans, the Vorgans just show up everywhere, all over the place. That's kind of what happens in Heroic Bolvar. It's just a surprise Vorgan after surprise Vorgan. Obviously Arthas does not mind. I still don't want to let them have the tower. Harpies with Trinket Collector, so they were able to mine as well. And there's Malfurion. No. considering whether I would play the Pyromancer out there to try to support and deny that push there, but I decided that it's better to try to wait a little bit and then get Arthas in. Now we got a phase change that I wasn't really prepared for, but we are keeping that. And look at this poison again. Look at the Worgen died. The Worgen just died. Oh, but there's more Worgen. Well, Heroic Bolvar only has 4 minis and a hand size of 4. So if Heroic Bolvar wanted to, it could play just a stream of Worgens. It would probably always win, right? If it just played an endless stream of Worgens against the base. And then allowed everything else to be just map mechanics. Right? Wouldn't that be a good strategy? Or something? Anyway. It's the last phase. We have to contend with all of the banner change minis that are coming. We have to contend with the full power of the Royal Guard and the Arbalists. But I'm confident. Now this is the worst aura. Lifesteal and Resist. Those are so hard to kill right now. But so far everything looks good. No worries whatsoever. Here we go. We have a great attack coming. There's 4 Arthases on the field. So the longer we were delayed in the early part, the more Arthases I had time to play. And then they're all coming for Bolvar. Poor Bolvar. And that was Siege of Stormwind, both normal and heroic. Thank you for watching. Click like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and a special thanks to all of my Patreon supporters, YouTube members and Twitch subscribers who make all of these videos possible.